Some of the most popular features for Photoshop Elements users has always been the great way that you can create photo projects and then share them with your friends and relatives. There's a continued development in these projects in Photoshop Elements 6. In fact, we have a couple of new options here, one called Photo Book and one called Photo Collage. They're a bit of a development from those books and photo layout options available in Photoshop Elements 5. So what we'll do is I've actually selected a album here. It's one from France Xmas 07, and the reason why I'm using an album as a starting point is because it's easy for me to sequence the images as they're going to be used in the project itself. So moving them around, I can just click and drag, and you'll notice that at the top of each of the thumbnails we have a number, and this indicates the position in the sequence in the album. So using an album is a great way of sequencing the images before you start the photo project. Also keep in mind that you may need to adjust your images or enhance your images before including them in the project, because often this is difficult, or if not impossible, to change your images once they're in the project later. So images that need enhancing, I've already done that. Adjusting the sequence, that's sorted as well. So let's just now go to the Create pane in the Organizer workspace and just click on Photo Book. We're flipped over to so what we'll do now is multi-select the images that we wish to include. So I'm just going to select all the photos that we have in this album, hold down Shift and select the first one, hold down Shift and then select the others, and then go up and click on the Photo Book in the Create pane. We're switched over to the Editor workspace, and notice on the right hand side we now have a panel that enables us to work through the steps in creating a photo book more interactively. So the first thing about a book that you should realize is that there's a title page, and by default the first image in the selections that you've made in the Organizer workspace becomes that title page image. I then click Next, and we end up with a couple of options here. We can choose a random photo layout, which means that Photoshop Elements chooses the number and layout of the images on each page. Or we can choose a photo layout, so we can start off by choosing the layout that we want to work with, numbers of images per page for right and left pages. For this overview, because it's just a quick introduction, we'll choose the random photo layout. The next step is to choose a theme, and remember, a theme is essentially the style of the frames and backgrounds used for your pictures, and there's a range of different themes there that you can select. Any of them will work well, and you can adjust them later on if you want to. So we're just going to choose something quite plain at the moment, something like that. We can autofill all of the pages with the images that we've selected, because they're all sitting in the project bin down the base here. So these are the images from Organizer. We can choose to include captions as well, and it indicates on the 2 pages as you would see them in the book. Notice also that even though the images have been applied automatically, sometimes they don't fit fully, so you can just click on the frame, right click to pop up the adjustment menu, and then just Fit Frame to Photo, select that option, and that will allow you to grab the frame and make sure that it fits the photo fully. You can click and drag images around as well, and also you can adjust their how much they're rotated or how they're pivoted, or the size, by making those adjustments. So it's very easy to manipulate the images. Click the commit button at the bottom to apply the changes. Here we've got another one, we'll fit the frame to photo, make sure that it suits. Here we've got another one, we'll fit the frame to the photo, make sure that it suits. Adjust this. So it's very easy to work the images into the dialogue, into the layout. Also notice that if we bring back the task pane, that it's now flicked to the content section and here we can add different backgrounds. We can also add different frames. We can add graphics, shapes, text, or change whole themes as well. Once you're happy with the whole project, you can then save it off and click the order button to order a version of the book to be printed online and then sent back to you